Let's talk about something we all use every single day, but probably never give a second thought to: the roads right under our wheels. We're going to pull back the curtain and find out that keeping those roads smooth isn't just about throwing some asphalt in a pothole. Oh no. It's a complex, data-driven science, and it works a whole lot like modern medicine. You've seen this, right? You've got two roads in your town, both are in pretty rough shape, but the repair crews only show up to fix one of them. It can feel totally random, maybe even a little unfair. So what's the deal? Is it just a coin toss? Well, the real answer is way more deliberate and, honestly, a lot cooler. Turns out that decision isn't a guess at all. It's part of a highly sophisticated strategy. It's a calculated system that's designed to make every single maintenance dollar go as far as it possibly can. And that system, it has a name. It's called Pavement Asset Management. And the big idea here is actually pretty simple. You treat the entire road network like it's one giant patient. The engineers, they're basically road doctors, and they're using this systematic approach to keep the whole network as healthy as possible for as long as possible. So, what's the massive challenge these road doctors are up against every day? Well, it really boils down to a classic conflict. Our infrastructure is getting older, and there's only so much money to go around. Yeah, just like us, roads get old. They get worn down by traffic, by weather, by time itself, and they start showing symptoms, like cracks and potholes. But when you're in charge of thousands of miles of road and your budget never feels quite big enough, the real question becomes who gets treated first. Before any doctor can figure out a treatment, what do they need? They need data. And it's the exact same for our roads. So step one in this whole process is a really thorough health checkup. To get that data, engineers are out there collecting a massive amount of information. They're focusing on what you can basically think of as the 4 vital signs of a road's health. They look at what the road looks like, how it feels to drive on, how safe it is, and what its underlying strength is. Let's break those down real quick. First up is surface distress. This is all the stuff you can literally see with your own eyes: the cracks, the potholes, the ruts. They boil all that down into a single score, usually called the Pavement Condition Index, or PCI. Just think of it like a report card grade, from 0 to 100 on the road's visual health. Next is roughness. Now, this isn't about what the road looks like, it's all about how it feels. This vital sign is measuring the bumps and the vibrations you feel inside your car. It's a direct measurement of your ride quality. You know a rough road when you feel one. The third vital sign is absolutely critical, and it's all about safety. Skid resistance. This measures the friction between your tires and the road, especially when it's wet. A bad score here means a higher risk of accidents, so you can bet this is always a top priority. And finally, we have structural capacity. Think of this as the road's skeleton. It's measuring the pavement's fundamental strength, its ability to handle all that heavy traffic day in and day out. This vital sign is what tells engineers how much life the road really has left in it. Okay, so the checkup is done. The system is just flooded with all this data from across the entire network. Now comes the diagnosis. And this is where the smarts of the system really start to shine. See, the system doesn't just look at the road today. It's built to predict its future by asking 4 crucial questions. First, how fast is this road going to get worse? Second, at what point does its condition become just unacceptable? Third, if we do this treatment, how much better will it actually get? And finally, what's it going to cost? Answering these questions lets them play out thousands of different future scenarios. It's pretty amazing. So with a full diagnosis and a detailed forecast in hand, it's finally time to write the prescription. This is that moment of decision, right? It's all about choosing which projects to fund to get the absolute healthiest outcome for the entire road network. And this is where we see a huge shift in thinking. The old way was simple, right? Just find the absolute worst road and fix it. That's what we call a reactive approach, or worst first. But the modern, smarter way? It's called optimization. The system analyzes thousands of possibilities to find the combination of projects that gives the best long-term health for the entire network with the money they have. And this quote just nails the philosophy. Sometimes this might mean spending a little bit of money on a pretty good road now to stop it from becoming a huge, expensive disaster later, instead of just dumping all the cash into that one road that's already a total mess. It's basically preventative care, but on a massive scale. Okay, so we've been through the checkup, the diagnosis, and the prescription. But what does all this complex science really mean for us, the people actually driving on these roads every day? What's the real payoff here? Well, here's what this system actually delivers. It can tell officials exactly how much money they need to keep the roads at a certain level of quality. It finds the most effective way to spend every single one of our tax dollars. And it gives them a clear, data-backed forecast of what our roads are going to look like in the future. It turns budgeting from a guessing game into a real science, which means better, safer roads for all of us. Ultimately, this whole thing is about a huge shift in mindset. It's about moving away from that expensive cycle of just reacting to today's problems and moving toward proactively managing our most critical infrastructure for decades to come. So the next time you see a road crew out there working, remember, it's not some random act. It's a decision that came from a massive system of data and prediction. Because the goal today isn't just about patching the potholes we can already see, it's about predicting and preventing the ones we might face tomorrow.